Yeah, Monisha, I extended it up to 23rd today, night 12 o'clock, right? Is there any difficulty for the people to do?
Sir, actually, they've informed me yesterday to ask you the extension of that.
But I have extended, right? Already I have extended up to.
I didn't check it out, so I'll just.
Yeah, I have sent a message in your groups also.
Sir, actually from first it's on Wednesday, like today is the last deadline, sir. From the first when you gave assignment, sir.
Yeah, not today. 22nd, I have kept the last date. So 23rd will be the new last date. It's today 12 o'clock.
Sir, for class stack creation and building stack, the due date is 20th only, sir. And few of them didn't submit that due to some issues as they are unable.
If they promise that they would do it originally without any plagiarism, then I will extend. Those who might have not done it until now. Not just for marks, I want for knowledge. So that I will extend the date. Does anybody promise for that? You can ask help from your friends, but you should not copy from anybody. Then I will extend.
Yes, sir, I will do it.
Yes. If it is a good deal, then I will have that one. So the deal is that you should not copy. Now I am extending the date. And I should not see any similarities for the new assignments. This is 23 anyway. I'll go for the previous assignments. So 23rd, I am giving 23rd up to night 12 o'clock. Okay, 11:59. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or I will extend another date so that you can discuss and write it. Otherwise, you will copy sometimes. Because of hurry and worry, you should pass the assignment, so you will copy. So I don't encourage that one. So I'm giving one more day to do that. So this is what I'm giving because you will do it on your own. I expect that. So from the next assignment, I should not see any similarities. If I see, I will cancel all the person who got 100% similarity. So now I will give some Q assignments, right? It's just class Q creation. This is the first thing that you are doing. And I will give 2 or 3 puzzles for Qs. So this will really help you to understand Qs. And there is one project also, right? So with this, we will finish off Qs, and I will also try to create assignments for double-ended Q and also circular Q, so that you can submit it there. For linked list also, I'm creating the assignments. It takes some time, that is why, because I have to give it in code check. So I will give you a list and some commands of push and pop something, and you have to do all these operations and send me the final linked list. That's what your next assignments will be. I'm trying to give all these assignments because every time when you do on continuous practice of the coding, you will have a lot of touch with code, and you will never forget the code. So that is why I'm every time asking you to write the programs in using classes itself. Because if you use classes, you will never forget the class concept. You can experiment a lot with class concept in that. So if you directly write normal programs, you will definitely forget class concept. So every time we are reiterating our previous knowledge in these exercises. One by one, we are increasing our knowledge and we are not losing the previous knowledge. That's how I'm creating the exercises. So our previous chapter is this one, right? We have this linked list and all. Now implementing this linked list, we are now applying stacks and queues. So those assignments will remind you how you are doing with the linked list. So it's a sort of practice every time with a little bit above level. So please try to do it on your own by discussing with your friends. I don't say that you should shut your mouth and don't go anywhere and discuss with your friend, but you can do it. You can go to your friends, discuss with them, have a Zoom meeting, work collectively, but do not copy. Write your own program. When your brain works on your own, it will never occur, to do some mischievous things. So it will never allow you to copy something. If you really write on your own, it will never, find out any plagiarism while we detect the plagiarism thing. Because the brain always thinks individually from the other person, like our fingerprints. No fingerprint of any person is matching, right? So that's why we are getting with eye authentication. For eyeball also, they are not matching. For fingerprint, they are matching. How our thoughts will match? There are few matchings, but not the exact match will be there. Please remember that. An exact match will come only when you copy the other person's idea. But if you do it on your own, nothing, there will be no problem. For example, you see Jagadish Chandra Bose, who is the inventor of what we say, the wireless. So he has done the experiment in the University of Kolkata, I think. So he is actually the father of wireless. But parallelly, there are few people who are trying in Europe also. And some of his technology was also transferred there. And Jagadish Chandra Bose made his first demonstration by ringing a bell, a school bell, using his wireless technology by sending electronic waves something. The same thing has been done, but in a different manner. It's not equal to. People will say Marconi has copied it. Marconi would not have copied it, but he has attained this technology and an idea from somebody. But using this idea, he's developed his own experiment by transferring some radio waves or something with the technology that he has in Europe. So I think people develop their own way of understanding, then definitely your idea might match, but not your executions. Executions will be different from each other. Please do not copy. Help your brain to apply on its own. Right. Now we shall discuss about
one small doubt about the micro project.
Tell me.
Sir, we'll import OS now, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in that one command os.system is there, no, sir?
Yes.
Sir, in that we'll copy the directory of the file, no, sir, which is to be executed.
So that's what I am saying. Wherever you are creating the program, you also create the files that are really needed. For browser and all, there is no need for you to go with what we say, a path. So if you are working in Windows, you can directly write your program in C drive, right? Okay. So that you can directly call the browser and the browser will be opened, because browsers are generally installed in C drive.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, now we shall discuss this one, how to write a code for double-ended queue. So I called it as DQ. So what are the class variables that I need to declare here? Anybody? If you dictate, I will type. I will just ask the question and you tell me the answer.
Front and rear.
Class? Yeah, tell me, please. Front and rear. Okay. Front is equal to -1. Sorry. Rear is equal to -1. Okay. Next. What is the function that you need to know the initialization of object for DQ? Constructor. Yes. Definition. Init. Self, comma, the queue you will get. Okay. The queue in the sense the fixed size queue you will get. And naturally you have to give the fixed size queue to your queue so that it will be ready. So for that, what we need to do in main, how do I create a fixed size queue? Can anybody tell me?
Q equal to none into len of.
Yes, correct. None into some 10 or something we will give. Okay. Not a big matter. Okay, I have created it. Now I have to create an object. How to create an object now and give the q into that.
Q equal to dq.
Okay. So
No, we can't take
Q
q, small q.
O is equal to dq of that q we are passing. Okay, now fixed. So what are the functions that we have in our dq so that we can call them?
NQ dq.
NQ dq, but there are no two functions. For NQ, there will be how many functions?
Q and
Yes,
Q.
one will be end and the other one will be friend. So dot NQ, okay, NQ beginning. So something like this. So I will call these many times. So I will copy this, and instead of that, I will just like how. So we will first fill with some values: 100, 20, 30, something, and then all not beginning, but this time I will put it at something at end, and it is at end, and this time at the beginning. So this is how alternatively I have given. Okay. And now, what should I do next? If I want to DQ, can you tell me how I want to DQ it? QO dot. What are the functions for DQing? You tell your choice. Hello?
Same, sir, dq.
Yes. DQ. Beginning ones we will give, and next we will say QO dot DQ end. Okay. If you want, you can write display and some functions later. If you want to display also, you can. But anyway, we will analyze everything in the memory. I'm not writing anything, but okay. Anyway, I will write it. Now tell me what to do with this one. So I want to define NQ beginning. So anyway, self I need. So what is the next thing that I want?
Element.
Self will be QO anyway. Yes, element. Okay, right. Next.
Check
it is in the beginning, right? Tell me. What is the condition you will check first?
Friend equal to rear or -1.
Yes. Later on we will change. First we will write minimum conditions. Then we can change it later. So self dot friend is equal to -1 or and self dot rear is equal to -1. So if both are -1, then what should you do?
Increment both.
Front equal to front plus 1.
Yes, self dot friend is equal to self dot friend plus 1, right? Self dot rear is equal to self dot rear plus 1. Okay. After that, where should we keep the element? In the position of front or rear in the beginning?
Front.
Position of rear.
Front. So self dot q of self dot front. So we are keeping the element in the position of front element. So element is equal to q of that front. Because q and front and rear are all instant variables, we should always call them by using self. Now, what is the else condition that you have?
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, in the line number 13, self dot rear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So what should be in the else part? If front and rear are not -1 and they are different positions, what will you do now? Think about the code that we are using I. Now tell me, what should I do?
Assign I equal to rear.
Yes, I equal to self dot rear. So I will be your what will be I? Is it instance variable or local variable?
Local where.
Local variable. So I will be self.rar. Now tell me the while loop.
I is greater than or equal to friend.
So I is greater than or equal to self.friend. Okay. What is the next thing?
Q of I plus 1 equal to Q of I.
Self.q of I plus 1 is equal to self.q of I. That's what we are giving. Next.
I equal to I minus 1.
Decrement
Yes,
I.
I is equal to I minus 1. We are decrementing I. Right. Once the while loop is gone, what are the two steps I said we have to do?
Sir, for this while loop, we should write a condition, right? So that if rar is not at the last position.
Yes, that's correct. So before you say you are going into the while loop, first of all, you have to say if self.rar not equal to, what is that? Length of self.q
Minus 1.
minus 1. So if it is correct, then only we go inside and write down these things. Okay. After while loop, what you are doing now? So now everything has been moved. What is the next step that will be done?
Assigning.
Yes, assigning. What is the step that you assign? Where?
Dot Q of.
Self dot q of self dot friends
Is
equal
equal
to element.
And what is the last step that you are doing?
Self dot rar equal to self dot rar plus 1.
Yes, self.rar equal to self.rar plus 1. Because we are adding one element in the front, we have to move the rar also. That's what I have shown you in the earlier class. Okay. Right. So that's the end of the queue beginning, and we have inserted something there. Now I want to define enqueue end. Self comma element anyway. Now tell me what should I do now? Enqueue at the end also. What is the first thing that you will check?
If they're at minus 1.
Yes, it should be. I will copy this one because the first thing I will check is always minus 1 or not. But because it is end, we have to keep the element not in front but in the place of rar. That's the only thing that you will change. Remaining are all equal. Now next else. The same condition I will take.
We need to check the list is completely full or not also.
Yeah, but that is what completely full is what this one, right? So we are checking for rar. If rar is not length minus 1, it's almost nothing filled. Like, okay, and if it is filled, then definitely the rar position will be at self minus 1. Yes, of course, you need to produce an error like something else for this. Print the queue is full. The queue is full. Okay, like that we can do. And what are the things that I need to do here while adding? Tell me the instruction lines. If front and rar are not minus 1, and what should you do now?
Increment rar.
Increment rar. So self.rar is equal to self.rar plus 1. Because we are only adding at the end, there is no need for you to move all these things. While we are adding in the front only, we have to move all those things and insert the element in the front. But now we are just moving the rar, that's all. And what should you do next? You have to move the rar. Yes, assign. So self.q of self.rar is equal to element, whatever element that you received. It's so simple. And you also write the else part. If the queue is, if the rar's position is at minus 1 position of the length of the queue, then naturally you have to print that is full. Just a second. Okay. Right. So I hope that we have finished both DQ and NQ with everything correct. Sorry, NQ end and NQ beginning. So let us now test it before we go for DQing. So this is how you write the code actually. You should not write everything at the start. First you manage them into divide and conquer. That means you have to divide the entire functions and test it individually. So it's like unit testing. Test them individually by calling them. If they are working fine, if NQing at the beginning and end is working as we have expected, then you can implement a DQ, beginning and DQ end and display. That's not a big issue. First, you have to confirm that all your functions are working properly until whatever you have written just now. So let's execute this one. There is some syntax error. Yes. What is the syntax error there?
We are assigning the values.
Yes. We are not comparing it. We are just assigning it. So let's go for comparing. I think lot of times it's okay and it is okay. Coming to this one also again, I copied the same.
Answer again.
Yes. That's all right. There are no other errors, right? Let me do this. Okay. Now let me execute this one. Okay. So our main function will be called. Now we are creating a queue with all nuns. And now we are initializing an object. Okay. And the object is holding the queue itself. You can see that DQ instance is queue and it is holding the queue itself. Now the first instance QO dot NQ beginning. Okay. It will go to the 11th line and I think it is satisfying because both front and rear are -1. You can see here in the objects DQ class. So it is going to the 12th line because it is satisfying. Now both are turned into 0, right? So both front and rear in this instance are turned into 0. We are talking about only instance, but first it will get the default values of -1 and from there it will work out. So 5 has been inserted in the beginning. So until now it's okay, it's working fine. Now we are NQing at the end. It will call the function NQ end. Line number 31 function will not satisfy because both are not now -1. And so now you have to understand that the rear rear not equal to, we are checking this one. Of course, this satisfies. So it will go to the line number 37. So self.rear is equal to self.rear plus 1 and self.q of self.rear is equal to element. Yes. So you can see that 100 has been done here and rear is pointing to 1. Okay. You can see front and rear here and 5 and 100 here in the queue. Let's go to the next one. And in between, I will insert something, then you will come up with the error. And again, in the beginning, 20th number should be implemented, it seems. So it is not satisfying. It goes to the 17th line because rear is not actually that one. So we now move i's position. So now you can see the I has been created with rear position as 1 in the memory, in the NQ beginning function. So the while loop will repeat until it comes to the front. I think it only comes to that. See, 100 has been copied to I plus 1 position. And next 5 will be copied to this one. You can see. Have you seen? The 5 comes here. And 20 will be inserted there at the beginning. It is coming out and 20 will be inserted at the front's position. So that's all. Now your rear will be 2, that means pointing to 100, and front will be 0 pointing to 20. Until now it's functioning well. Now end. So it is not satisfying, it will satisfy. So your rare increases and 30 will be placed. Again, we are keeping the 5 in the beginning, some 5. So it comes to the 17th line. It checks rare is not equal to length minus 1, length of q minus 1. So it will be I is equal to self dot rare. So now I is created at 3. And from there it moves on copying. You can see there in the memory that each one is copied to the next one. 5 is copied, next 20 is copied to 1. And the last thing that we do is after while loop, we are placing 5 at 0. And that's all. So now our 520, 530 has been done. This is the end of the program. Now I will do a small thing. Before going to DQ implementation, I will do a small thing. QO dot NQ beginning of 200. What will happen? Now you have to tell me what is the modification I need to do based on the output. So Q is created. First 5 should be implemented. That's fine. Okay, now it comes to 51 line where we are NQing again at the beginning and 200 will be there. Now let's see if it doesn't satisfy, right? So it goes to the 17th line and sees that rare is not equal to Q's length minus 1. So it will say I is equal to self dot rare. Right? So while loop will copy that 5 and it will skip. So 200 added in the beginning. That's all fine. Okay, that means it is working properly. So we have tested at 0, 0 position also, both front and rear pointing to the same location. We have tested that one also. Now it is also working properly. There is no error here. So remaining are all same. It will do the same thing. So yes, it's working properly. So it comes like that. So last, I think we can now have 520, 200, 530. That's fine. Okay, until now it's fine. Any other scenario you want me to keep there? So maybe the scenarios comes at DQ, I think. Until NQ, everything is fine now. Let's discuss about discuss this DQ now. Now tell me what to do if I want to DQ beginning. I don't want any parameters, so I write self. Tell me now. What should I do for DQing? DQing in the beginning. What did I say?
Sir, we have to move the front to the next position.
Yes, that's correct. So whenever you called DQ, you can just say self dot front is equal to self dot front plus 1. DQ in the beginning. Okay, that's fine. So let's test it again. So DQ in the beginning, we will test now. We just implemented that, right? Okay. Okay, now I will put all the elements like what we have discussed until now. So until I find that 5, 200, 520, 200, 500, 100, I will just go through that. I think now we are coming to DQ. Okay. So you can say that the front is incremented. You can see that the front is equal to 1. So your Q holds only from 20 to 30. That's all. The 5 has been DQ'd. Now I do a lot of this DQing now. So what I do is I will write this DQ beginning for 3 times. Another 3 times. Now what will happen? Let us see.
So we need to check now, sir, if both point to the same.
Yes, that's correct. Now you can see that both pointers come to DQ that one also. So at the last, I want to DQ that one. Yeah. So see how many times I have called 6 DQs from the beginning. So if this is the case, see, I think the front is bypassing rear and we should stop there itself. Now it's your turn to tell me the condition. It is not possible.
If both are same, we need to increment.
Okay. Right. So if self dot front is not equal to self dot rear. If this is the case, then yeah, if they are not equal, then you do that. Otherwise, what you will do in the else part?
Increment both self and front and rear.
Increment both self dot front is equal to self dot front plus 1. Self dot rear is equal to self dot rear plus 1. Okay. I have
Sir, by this,
incremented.
there will be a problem at 0 position, sir, starting.
Yes. At the 0th position, that means okay. Now you tell me where if it's really the 0th position, which one I need to remove for your scenario, so that we will test this one also. Something we need to remove so that your scenario will come. Either this or all these things. Which shall we comment? Hello?
Sir, I think we need to remove the NQ beginning of 5 and 200, sir.
Okay, we shall comment it then. So what you expect by this?
It will add elements at the last, sir. So I don't think it will be.
No. It's the end means you will just increment rear because it checks. For example, if this is the case at the end, you will go to the end and see that if front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1, it's satisfying because it's the first element, right? So it will just increment both and keep it like this. So it will keep the first element like 100 in that. So there will be no problem until that. If after 100, then we call DQ. Let's see what will happen. That's what I think his doubt is. So I will comment remaining all DQs. Maybe I'll keep 2 DQs. Okay. So rear is equal to 1. But here also we need to have some condition checked. Let us see. What is that condition? I will tell you.
The list ends. The list.
Yeah, the list should not end. So what is the condition should be right now? See, you are saying that if both front and rear are
if rear is equal to length of Q minus 1.
Yes, if self dot rear is not equal to length of self dot Q minus 1. If this is the case, then only you can increase this one. So otherwise you have to come with else print
Q is full.
Yeah, Q is null now because it is almost the last. You cannot further DQ it. You cannot further DQ. That's how you can print it. Okay, I think you understand. If both are not equal, we just increment front. If both are equal, we just increment both front and rear. But you have to check that rear is not pointing to the last element. If rear is pointing to the last element, that means front is also pointing to the last position, then you cannot further DQ. So you can just now Okay, so we have finished DQ in the beginning. I think most of the conditions have been satisfied. Let's try to execute this one. So we are now coming to this creation, and then we are now putting at the end. So front is 0, rear is 0, 100, fine. Now we are calling DQ. Yes, front and rear are incremented to 1. So that means 100 has been DQ'd. So you can see here. So that means the front and rear are coming to this position. That's all. Now I am again calling DQ. So what will happen? So no element is there. How do you DQ it? So again, I think you need to introduce another function. Another condition here. So see, still try to DQ. They go to 2 now. There is no element. Without element, how do you move forward to DQ it? So that means you have to put another condition. Think of that condition.
Stop it.
Yeah, we need to stop there. So maybe you can take none or something and write the condition.
Yes.
Okay. So now I will leave everything to your thinking. So I will post the code in your WhatsApp group. And you find out different scenarios like how we are trying out now and come up with your own solutions. I'm posting this code in your DS group. DS, right? Okay. Yes, just now I have posted it. You can copy that one and try out for your own experimentation. Now it's your turn to try out until the class ends. You can go on with it. So in the meanwhile, I will upload the what we say 10 to 11 class so that you can just listen to that video, see what are the animations that I have shown to you, and based on that, you try to write the code, not just copy whatever I have pasted to you. Okay, I have just uploaded the video. That means the link to you. Those who is responsible for the YouTube upload, you can download and upload, and others can download it or view it directly now for your further coding. And I think I have also uploaded the material that is required for stacks and queues as PPT form. You can go through that one. That's enough for your examinations. Even if it's theory also. They just ask you those things like explain about stack, explain about DQ with an example, something. So if you know how to code, you write the code, you draw the diagrams, each step you show what is happening, and you can write down what is the use of DQ, why the DQ is used, what are the uses of Q, which I have just discussed with you a lot, right? What is the use of stack in real-time implementation and how we actually go for stack, what are the operations that are there for stack. Explain each one like push, pop. I'm telling about theory exams, how it works actually. So I'm also planning to keep some theory exam type of thing for you to understand how the theory exam could be. So for these 3 chapters, you get prepared for them. Okay. So I will include them as marks for you. So all the exercises that you are doing are going to the lab's daily performance. Okay. And the 2 exams, including the unit exam, will go to your theory performance. So that means your theory exam will be conducted by me. So you will have a practice for your final semester examination. And anyway, you are writing your unit exams, right? So these 2 will be combined for your, what we say, the theory marks, for the lab marks that. And your same competitive coding for, coding skills is there, right? For that also, these same competitive programming marks will be added. So at a time, these marks will be added for both DS lab and also CSD. And along with that, for theory, I am conducting theory exams that I will add as marks, including unit. So I hope you are clear now. So please try to do the exercise. Don't miss the exercise because you will lose the marks for both the subjects. Please. So the total number of exercises that you have done until now, which are calculated for marks, are 21. Only the first one is eliminated, right? The binary search. The binary search for the main thing is included. So except that 100 marks binary search, every mark that you are getting 10 marks or 10 points will be calculated. So total 21 exercises until now. And you will get another 6 or 7 exercises for this one. So I'm planning for 10 exercises for each unit. So by the end of this subject, you will do around 50 exercises. That's what I'm planning for that. So until now, we have accomplished up to 21. If I give the exercise with queue and stack queue linked list, maybe another 6 will be added, I hope.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
once you were showing us the code of class, like which you were preparing, and you told that you will share it with us about some images, working with images and also.
Saurit, I could not understand single dialogue of you. It's completely like, disturbing. Please repeat it again, a little bit louder.
Sir, once you told that you will share, you were writing a program, sir,
Okay.
regarding some working with images or something.
Okay. Okay. You want me to share that library?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I will share it. And I even tested it, and it's working fine for the exercises that were given in Stanford. And yeah, this is the one I have created. I think I have shown you. With my own library, I have made it like this. This is the exercise that was given in Stanford. Yeah, I will share it with it. I forgot it actually because of these things. I prepared it, and I have to test another scenario. And if it is working fine, then I will pass the library to you. Okay. So yeah, this is the exercise that was given there, like identifying the wildfires. So it is not clear, right? So because of this one, they have clearly given the explanation so that we can just, put all the red marks indicating that this is where the fires are occurring. So you can see the original video satellite image, it's not clear. Based on the library that Stanford and I have developed has identified this and marked on red. Yes, it is successful. I want to share with you long time, but I just forgot it. Yeah, thank you, Saurath. I will just pass it on to you by testing another scenario. If I get confidence, I will pass it on to you. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, then we will end the class for now. Bye-bye.